My dear children, namaste to all.
Now we are going to see the first concept, what is Scratch, and recalling the Scratch interface. Scratch is a programming language that allows us to create animation, games, and interactive stories. Scratch can run on different operating systems like Windows, macOS, and Linux. And it provides such an environment in which we can simply drag the blocks and then we can create the programs. It's very easy to create, and I'm sure you'll have fun while learning this programming language. Now we will see all the main components of the Scratch one by one detailedly. The first main component is sprite. This is sprite. This is a false sprite, and the sprite is the hero of this programming language, and if it is required we can change the sprite as butterfly, flowers, whatever it is required. So what is sprite? The sprite is a graphic character which performs some actions in the sprite project. The cat is the default sprite. Apart from the sprite, we can change any sprite according to our wish. And the second component is stage. This is stage, and this is the main working area where the sprites moves and do some actions according to the instruction it is given. And how you will give the instruction? According to this block. By using this block, you can give the instruction to the sprite. We can watch stories, play games, and we can run the Scratch program that we have created on the stage. And this stage is divided into x and y coordinates, and students, you can see x and y coordinate here, and this sprite is at the center. And see, if we move the cursor to the sprite, see now the value of x, it becomes 0 0. It is the origin. And when you take the cursor towards the left side of the sprite, the x will be negative, and when you take the cursor towards the right side of the sprite, the x will be positive. And at the same time, when you take the cursor to the top of the sprite, the y value becomes positive, and when you take the cursor towards the bottom of the sprite, the y value becomes negative. The y becomes negative. Next is presentation mode. Where is the presentation mode? It is just seen at the left top corner. Okay, see, this is a presentation mode. When you click this button, you can just see the view in a full screen. That's the main uses of this mode. And in the top bar there are four cursor tools. Okay, cursor tools are four types. The first one is called as duplicate, second one delete, and third one is called as grow, and the fourth one is called as shrink. Okay, suppose if you just select the duplicate button, and if you place the cursor on the sprite, see, you can see one more duplicate sprite on the stage. Okay, the second one is a delete button. It looks like a scissor. Okay, suppose if you select this button, and then if you just place the cursor on the sprite, see, the sprite has been deleted. So by using this, you can just delete the sprites, you can remove it. And the third button is called as grow. Okay, just select the option and then move the cursor and just keep on clicking on the sprites. Okay, if you just click, if you just going on clicking, the sizes of this sprite will get increased by clicking this grow button. Okay, and the last button is called as shrink. The main purpose is, if you just click it and then place the cursor on the sprite, and if you clicks go on, and if you start clicking, it goes on, sizes of the sprites will get decreased. Next option, that question marks, it is called as a block help. If you need any help regarding a block, it will help us. And see children, if you want to need help regarding any block, see, first you want to click this question mark and you have to take the cursor to any block. See, now I am bringing that question mark cursor to the block, and if you click this, see at the right corner you can see the details of that particular blocks. And next we are going to see about a sprite info pin. See at the left corner, see this pin, it is called as sprite info pin. And if you want to see any information regarding this sprite, you can click this sprite info pin, and it shows you the information about the sprites. If you want to add one more sprite, or if you want to add, instead of this cat, if you want to change n number of sprite, how can we bring n number of sprite in the stage? See, by using this 4 buttons. Okay, so by using this 4 buttons you can add n number of new sprites on the stage. First button is called as choose sprite from the library, and the second is paint a new sprite, and the third is upload sprites from a file, and the fourth is a new sprite from the camera. Okay children, so now we are going to add n number of sprite. So by clicking the first option, that is choose a sprite from the library. See, now I am clicking this button, choose sprite from the library. See, the screen has been changed, that is many collections of sprites, you can see it in the library. See children, see the collections of sprites, and many categories are there, and you can select the sprites from the category. See, animals, fantasy, letters, peoples, things. So likewise categories are many types, which you can see in the sprite library. So from that you can select your sprites. I am selecting transportation categories. The sprite is shown regarding a transportation. Okay, suppose if you are selecting a category music, see the sprites regarding music has been shown. Now I am going to select the category as things. Okay, so under this things, now I am going to select one basketball, and after selecting a basketball I have to click OK. See, now this basketball, it is added to the stage. Okay, yes. Okay, suppose if you want to remove this basketball, simply right click it and select the option delete. Now the sprite has been deleted. Paint a new sprite. If you want to paint or design your own sprite, see, this is the platform where you can design or paint your own sprite by yourself. And see students, there is a bitmap mode at the bottom of the screen. Yes, at this mode only we want to design our sprite. Okay, and there are two types of mode. One is bitmap mode, and another one is vector. I will explain you what is the difference between this two mode. Okay, draw a new sprite on the bitmap mode. See, I have drawn a circle, and now I am going to fill the color. Okay, see, I am designing my new sprite. Okay, now I am drawing I'm just drawing a two horn. Okay, just inserting a two small circle. Okay, so I have created my new sprite, and then I have painted it. Okay, then now I am going to select my sprite. Okay, after selecting it, I can move my sprite from one place to another place, and now you can see the sprite on the stages. That is the sprite which we have created on the bitmap mode. The same sprite now you can see it on the stage also. And if it is required, by clicking file, you just go to the file and then you can save it. Just give the file name. Okay, now I am typing the file name as MICKEY, and then I am selecting the button save. Okay, so we have created our new sprites, and then we have applied a colors, and then we have saved it. If it is required, we can upload our sprite, that is by using the third button, no, upload sprites. So by using that you can upload your own sprites. Okay children, and now we are going to see the difference between a bitmap mode and a vector mode. That is the size of the image in the bitmap mode. See, now I'm just selecting it, and then I'm increasing the size of the images. See, now the image will be distorted. Okay, so now I'm going to increase the size of this object. See that image sizes is now distorted. So if we increase the size of the object, it should not be distorted. That is the scaling of the object, it is not possible. So at that case, we want to use vector mode. I will show you one example children. See, I have drawn a circle and I have filled the yellow color. And after that, now by using this arrow is for selection. I have selected it, and now I have increased the size by using the vector mode. See the picture, it is very clear and it is not distorted. Okay, so that's the main difference between a bitmap mode and vector mode. Now we are going to see about upload sprites from a file. The third button called as upload sprites from the file. So what is the usage of this? Yes, how we can upload the sprite? Simply just click on the button children. Say I'm clicking the icon, that is upload sprites from the file. So after clicking this icon, you will be getting one dialog box. So in that dialog box, you should select your path where have been saved your sprite. Imagine now I'm just selecting my sprite that I have been saved in a document, and I have selected it. I have saved my sprites in a desktop, so I'm just clicking a desktop. So inside the desktop, I'm just selecting my newly created sprite called Mickey. Okay, I have selected this Mickey, and then I have clicked the button open. See children, now this newly created sprite, it is added on our stage. Okay, so this is the way of uploading sprites. Okay children, now I have planned to clean my screen. That is, just go to file and select the option new, then you'll get a small dialog box, that is save project. Now I'm going to select don't save. Okay, see now the stage has been clear. I have only a sprite alone on my stage. Okay, now go to the lost option. That is, now we are going to see the last new sprite from camera. So what is the use of this new sprite camera? That is, when you click on this camera, what it will happen means your image will be captured as a sprite. Yes, if you wished, you can use your own face as an image of the sprite. That is, your face will be captured as the image of sprite. That's the main function of this button. So if you planned your face to be a sprite for this project, so that you can click this camera. Block palette. The block palette has a set of blocks. This is a block palette, and it contains set of blocks which are used to program the sprite and give action to it. So what is the uses of blocks? It gives some action to the sprite, and each block perform its specific task. Like this block is used to move the sprite, and this block is used to turn the sprite 15 degree. So likewise each and every block is going to perform its own task. See students, this is sprite and this is stage. Okay, when you click on this stage, no blocks will be visible. Okay, see if I now I'm placing my cursor on motion blocks. See, no blocks has been available. See, after clicking looks block, I'm just clicking looks blocks. See, now looks blocks is available and sound blocks is available. So likewise, when you click on to the other blocks, you can see that. Script. What a script? A script is a collection of blocks, or it is a collection of stepwise instruction given to the sprite to do any specific task. This script, it is also called as a program. Okay, so for example, right now if I selected this sprite, means I'm going to do the coding for this sprite. So now I have selected move 10 steps. See, it is given below the motion block. So after selecting this, I'm just dragging this block move 10 steps, and I'm placing it in a script area. So after clicking this, look at this. Now I'm selecting moving 10 steps, and I'm going to change this 10 steps as 20 steps. If it is required, you can change the numbers according to your project. So now the number has been changed as 20 steps. After clicking it, now the sprite starts moving 20 steps. Next, I am going to select turn 15 degree. I am simply going to drag it, and then I am going to place it in a script area. So afterwards, if you select this block, then the sprite, it starts rotating clockwise 15 degree. So now I have added 2 blocks. So by seeing this block, you can say that script is nothing but a collections of block, or a collections of stepwise instructions. Script area, that is a script area, it is nothing but a place where we can create a script for the sprite to do a particular task. So this is our script area. Script area is a place where we create a script for a sprite to do a particular task. Under this motion blocks, if you select move 10 steps, the sprite will be move in a forward directions. Okay, suppose if you want to move the sprite in a backward direction, then you should make the value in a negative. So the next one is turn 15 degree towards clockwise. Okay, and at the the third one is turn the sprite 15 degree in the anti-clockwise directions. Okay, children. So and in the top there are 2 buttons, that is green color flag and one red color circle is there. That is that green color flag is to play, and the red color circle is for stop the sprites. Okay, and these can be done by selecting the even block also. Just see, now I'm selecting even block, and in that the first option called when flag clicked. See, now I'm adding this when flag clicked to the steps which we have already added, no, that is move 20 steps and turn 50 degree. Okay, that is I'm just deleting last step, that is turn anti-clockwise direction. Okay, after adding this, and now we are going to play this by clicking when flag clicked. Okay, if you click that, you can see the output in a full mode, that is full screen. Okay, children, so when I click on when flag clicked, the sprite should move 20 steps forward and it should turn clockwise 15 degree. So that's the output of this 2 steps. Okay, so how to add how to change the backdrop? That is, first see students, now we want to select the option stage backdrops. Okay, I'm selecting this, and below to this there are 4 options. So first button, it is called as choose a backdrop from the library. Okay, so I'm first selecting this options, and many categories has been displayed, and I have selected one category, that is bedroom number 1. Okay, so I'm just selecting this category now, and then I'm just selecting OK button. See, now the backdrop has been changed. Okay, so after changing the backdrop, the last part of the video is a worksheet. So kindly go through the questions carefully and answer to your worksheets, and you can use your ICT activity notebook for writing your worksheets.
Okay, children. Thank you.